Happy New Year, Charlie Brown is another really brilliant Charlie Brown animation. This was released originally in 1986, directed by Sam James and Bill Melendez, and written by Charles M. Schulz, of course. And I recently watched For Auld Lang Syne, which is a much more contemporaneous Charlie Brown New Year's cartoon. And I was curious to see how it would compare and how much maybe inspiration they took from this particular one, but actually they are very different. And Peppermint Patty, one of my favourite characters, phones up Charlie Brown and says, "We're having a New Year's party, or New Year's Eve party. Of course, you have to come. There's going to be dancing and games. It's going to be great." I love the fact that you said there was going to be games because, as I've mentioned before, one of my favourite things about Charlie Brown is seeing children behaving like adults. It works so well. And the fact that these children are throwing a New Year's Eve party, obviously it's a very adult thing, but you throw in the word games, and it just kind of brings you back down to the reality a little bit. And I thought it was really, it's just a brief little word that was sped past, but it's so effective. And Charlie Brown cannot go, and he cannot enjoy the New Year's Eve party because he has to finish War and Peace. His teacher has set him War and Peace to read over the holidays and then write a book report about. Needless to say, if you don't know, War and Peace is a very large book. I haven't read it. It is on my to-read list, but needless to say, it keeps getting pushed down because it's definitely a commitment. And it's definitely a commitment for Charlie Brown as he keeps trying to read it. Things keep getting in the way. He keeps wondering if he can maybe cut corners and find a way to maybe listen to it instead of reading it. Will he be able to enjoy the New Year's Eve party at all? I won't say exactly what happens or how it concludes. It's only a 20-something minute short, so I don't want to spoil too much, but I loved it. I loved how exasperated he was, and I think it's a common complaint a lot of people have getting set homework over the holidays, but I can't imagine any teacher would ask a child to read War and Peace over the Christmas holidays. I feel like that would be a little bit too much of a punishment. That would have worked so much better if he was reading Crime and Punishment, but never mind. I really enjoyed it, really thoroughly enjoyed the aspect. I love that it focused on War and Peace because I feel a lot of people, a lot of readers have War and Peace on their to read list, and the majority of us just keep putting it off. But I will get to it one day. If you've read it and think it's worth prioritizing, try and convince me. Maybe I'll put it up there. But for now, I'm very happy to enjoy War and Peace through the eyes of Charlie Brown, who perhaps did not enjoy it so much. Really thoroughly brilliant, entertaining animation, a lot of fun, great characters, the little redhead girls mentioned quite a bit, Peppermint Patty is on top form. Loved it. Definitely one to watch if you haven't seen it and you're a fan of Peanuts. Happy New Year, Charlie Brown is great fun.